Hello everyone, glad to see you again. As you can see, I've changed my environment from the last two videos and it is my regular home. And persons who've seen my previous channel before would recognize it, but for new viewers, this is my actual home where my parents are and where I've been for over 20 years. So welcome, and I'm glad to have you all with me once again as we ace the 0 point starting now. What is new? What is up, everyone? It's Jeffrey here, aka Ace of Zeros. Yeah, and I am just here taking a little relaxation and checking on my daily news, seeing what's on alternative media such as Galactic Connection. As usual, they've all got these little things going on, and I am here just on the observer side of things, saying and seeing that the world is changing. It is changing, and as much as everyone wants to see it change in such a dramatic, such a catastrophic way, and ironically enough, people actually want to see it that way. People actually want to see the drama. There are people who are either consciously or unconsciously choosing to see things really dragged out. No matter how much they verbally say, oh, stop, 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 their energies say something else. And that's one of the main things I wanted to talk about in this video, which I am titling now, according to my notes. This one is The True 2012 is Happening Now. What does that even mean? Well, for most of the ones who would be watching this video, you would have gotten some word of what 2012 was expected to be. And honestly, it actually did turn out the way it was meant to. But then the thing here is that everyone was so attached to the date of things that they didn't even recognize what it meant on an energetic level, first and foremost. And that became why it seemed like such a disappointment. It's not that we were meant to just skip out on certain things. No, because if humanity skipped out on learning lessons that are being presented right now, then what would happen if persons really did jump to, say, the fifth dimension? As many are experiencing right now in what can really be called the true 2012 events, with the thousands upon thousands of examples of multiple events that have never been seen in human history. What would people be doing if they're in the fifth dimension now, manifesting instantly? They'd be manifesting some of the craziest stuff with the same consciousness of lack, limitation, and fear. You want to know what they'd be manifesting in the fifth dimension right now? They'd be manifesting essentially the same exact thing they want to get away from. That's exactly why it didn't happen then, when people still didn't get it, and it's only really happening now when people have no choice. Well, sorta no choice. But the ones who have chosen to be on the Ascension Tenor now have no choice but to really get it, that everyone is responsible for their own experience. Everyone is writing their own story. No one is writing their story for them. And if they want to use the excuse of, well, they didn't choose certain things and it's their higher self. Who's the higher self? Who's the higher self? Is that the higher self over there? No. Guess what? That's actually you. That's you. You chose what you chose. What you're experiencing is a choice. And it continues to be a choice till this day, till now. And it never stopped being a choice. And one thing that was going on with me just earlier today was that I was the solstice energy, which I may speak of a bit more later on in another video, but for now, I'll just talk about the effects, the current effects that the solstice energy had on me, and I can tell you right now, I was getting, just last night, even when I was fine, I was actually fine for the most of the last week, but then over the weekend I just started to feel groggy, especially yesterday. It started, and it's strange because the thing here is that it just comes out of nowhere, especially when you wake up from either a nap or your actual full night's sleep, and you wake up and you're feeling, wait, why do I feel like crap right now? Why do I feel like I hate everything? Why do I feel what I didn't feel even just last night? And then you're wondering what's going on with that. And your dreams didn't cause it, because if you can remember your dreams, you're saying that, hey, my dreams weren't really giving me this kind of vibe or this kind of experience for me to wake up with, so how come I'm waking up with it? And then the fact here that that was highlighted when I checked deeper into it is that because of these energies being amplified from the central sun and everything, it's really wanting to get to the deepest, literally the final purging, final purging, like the purging that will ensure that as long as you are going to be going through these portals, especially the August portal, that's a whole different thing all to itself. That's a whole league of its own right there. But let's talk about right here, right now. All this is preparing you to even be able to withstand that. And that's another reason why certain things in what was considered 2012 didn't happen. People are wanting to ditch their bodies. No, that's actually not the point. That was never the point at all. Because if that were the point, then that would have happened. And for the most part, that really didn't happen. Except for the ones who really literally signed up to ditch their bodies in that sense in 2012. But just last year alone, you saw how many persons really ditching their bodies. Just to put that as an example. But that's besides the point. The point here is that we are uplifting an entire planet and a whole collective into a higher dimension. We weren't going to do that by ditching it. We came here to raise the vibration. We came here to be the way forward. We are ones who are reminding ourselves, literally, we're reminding ourselves of who we truly are. Especially after the mind wipe, the soul wipe, whatever wipe or amnesic wipe happened. We are reminding ourselves now that we're not what we were given when we came out of the womb. We're not that. No, we're not our birth certificate. We're not our paycheck. We're not our police records. We're not those things. We're not what was handed to us. We came with everything. We came as everything. And as a result, there's really no need to doubt the fact that we have the opportunity to choose to embrace our true story of what we would highly prefer to experience now. People say, oh, I want to go to the fifth dimension because I want to run away from all my troubles. When the fact of the matter is that you were never going to get there unless you dealt with your troubles directly. That was the irony. But the joke here is that most people, even when they're told that, they would have ignored that to say that no, they would rather just run away from their trouble. Just like how they've been wanting to run away from fear rather than facing it onwards. Facing it head on. And that's the joke. As a quote once said, once you face your fears, you're free. That's it. Once you face your deepest, darkest fear, after you've done that, you're free. You won't have anything else holding you back. You'll literally be able to do anything you want. So, enough said. And this is a huge example of that idea that once you face your fears, you are literally free to be and choose to experience anything that you wish to experience. All your wishes are coming true, and it is up to you to accept them as what I put out the other day, my poem and the concept of as you wish, well, this is a perfect example of this. You wish for something, but are you ready to be able to take responsibility for that wish? Because everybody thought that they could make a wish and then be irresponsible for it. How do you think the Earth got here in the first place? Food for thought. That's it for me. Thank you all for listening, everyone, and until the next one, keep acing everything. We are the new beginning, and the new beginning starts with you. It was never a promise from anyone else. It was a promise from you to you. Thank you, and goodbye.